20th, 2026. First item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. First and second, further discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Here they are for your signature.
Second item, the Fish Creek Walking Trail, number 629, Harris Middle. Got on this.
This is if you want him to come in and do a formal presentation or not. Nate Simons from here, but Brad Stevens, I think he's talked to you before about a will.
Yeah.
Want to know if we could kind of contribute to money for the invasive Phragmites that's taken over the county-owned property. Actually, we have wetland in there that the county owns, and the Phragmites have gotten so out of control that it's every time they mow, it just keeps spreading seeds. So they need to be sprayed and properly rid of, which they can choke up the waterways, the drainage ditches. So I can see where it'd be justified to spend maintenance money on them because you got to keep that invasive out of the ditch to keep it from becoming an obstruction. So it's just whether you guys want to hear a formal presentation or you want to allocate so much money. I think he had on this presentation, which I would want to probably get something a little bit more, maybe some price comparisons. And I think he had like $10,000 or something for the first year because it's so bad that they're going to have to go in and hand touch them, all of them to put the poison on there and kill them.
I will say too, a couple of years back, the city of Angola, we had a joint effort.
I think we're still doing that.
Yeah, we had to go through and take care of the Phragmites because it's one of the most
Extremely invasive.
extremely, so.
Yes.
What the balance is in that?
Yeah, there's like $15,000 in Middle Highland Suite, and it brings in about that much actually, I think there's more than that. There's 30.
Anticipated maintenance other than that in that.
As far as we went down and we had done, there's always maintenance to do there. I can't tell you, no, we're totally free and clear. However, I will speak, I guess, for Blue Hen Industries. They're reputable. They've been around. I've worked with them on a personal level before too. So,
But I would say any maintenance to be done, there's nothing future, it's just emergency situation.
yeah, it would just be maintenance. There's nothing that I really know of that really.
A lot of the units in that area have their own like sub-unit. Where we do a lot
Our
of.
suites are ginormous.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're in all three, so you know that.
Yes,
Yeah, just with
Starts
the,
behind our shop.
Yeah, where it starts.
I think it'd be a good investment just with the history of it too. Our drainage board back in the day was very instrumental in getting this going. So.
The surveyor's office pretty much spearheaded that Fish Creek Trail.
Is this something that we could, are there only a few vendors that take care of things like this, or are there multiple
There's
vendors?
aquatic,
Enhancements.
yeah, that we split with the city of Angola. I wouldn't mind maybe getting a bid from them.
Yeah.
I know Nate could get.
Look at another bid and see if we can maybe whittle this down some. I mean, I'm familiar with the.
It'll get cheaper as it goes along. It's just the most expensive is gonna be the first applicant, the first year because it's so bad. And then as it dwindles down, it won't need as much. But I don't know if Nate is wanting to do a lot more than just that, so.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I don't know if we need to go, I don't know if one of you guys could go down and identify, yes, that is what's going on there, just to confirm it.
Fine, you can see the pictures of it.
Yeah,
Was that your picture? I don't know, it actually could be in one of those.
I think
I was down there for some of that.
The memorial.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Fun.
That looks like you.
We got caught.
What's that?
It's a little, couple year younger version.
Yeah, you're right, it was.
All right, yeah. I'll get another number.
Yeah, give another bid.
Sounds good.
And I'll let Brad know.
So we're 2:05, so we can start we can reconvene in our, sorry. I need to recess our drainage meeting and then we'll reconvene our regular maintenance. All right, so we're reconvening at line item 12. That's a surveyor for his opinion on the following, well. What's that?
He needs to read his report again, and
That's
then
right.
you make your decision on
Yes.
17, whether you think it's acceptable.
Yes, would you read your revised report, please?
Okay. So again, the purpose as directed by the Steuben County Drainage Board, the Steuben County Surveyor's Office has prepared a watershed map, assessment rule, and list of affected landowners. Surveyor's Office has also notified all the landowners in the number 547 Frank Geller Drainage Basin involved in these proceedings and is hereby submit a formal maintenance report for your review, approval, and adoption. The number 547 Frank Geller Regulated Drain is located in the Pigeon Creek Drainage Basin, sections 33 and 34, Scott Township, P37N, R14E, Steuben County, Indiana. The number 547 Frank Geller Regulated Drain was originally established in 1915 as a part of the Pigeon Creek Drainage Basin and discharges into the William Jack Regulated Drain. Number 547 Frank Geller Regulated Drain is currently comprised of 175.86 benefited acres with 1.7 miles of tile and 694 linear foot of open ditch and an agricultural and residential drainage network. The last time the rate was increased was in 1997. The rate was raised at $10 per acre with a $25 minimum, roadway times 2 for 1 year, then lowered back down to $5 per acre with a $25 minimum. Recommendations. It is noted by the Steuben County Surveyor's Office that the current rate of $5 per acre with a $25 minimum, 3 times 2, is no longer sufficient to properly maintain the number 547 Frank Geller Regulated Drain with an annual income of $960.80. The number 547 Frank Geller Regulated Drain is currently in debt, $6,935.19. Therefore, it is recommended by the Steuben County Surveyor's Office that a new rate of the number 547 Frank Geller Maintenance Unit be increased to $25 an acre with a $100 minimum roadway times 2. This will collect an annual income of $4,729 to maintain the number 547 Frank Geller Regulated Drain. The annual income of $4,729 for the Frank Geller Regulated Drain will allow the Steuben County Surveyor's Office to replace an estimated 1,500 to 2,000 linear foot of tile drain every 4 years. Additionally, an estimated 2-year income will be needed to perform maintenance on the lateral number 4 regulated open drain that is 900 linear foot. This will take approximately 24 to 26 years to replace all the regulated tiles and keep the open drain maintained within the number 547 Frank Geller Regulated Drain. This estimate does not include any emergency repairs. It is also recommended that the Steuben County Surveyor's by the Steuben County Surveyor's Office that the number 547 Frank Geller watershed no longer contributes to the number 551 George Shrimplin Maintenance Unit, but rather be directly assessed the 13-cent per acre with a $6.25 minimum. Currently, it makes this annual assessment by contribution. So if I may comment, obviously, we don't plan on replacing the whole entire drain, but again, if we were have to, it would take many years to replace it.
And then we do have a letter of objection. We do
That's on
have the
the-
what's that?
That's on the second.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. We'll go to
17.
17. Okay. All right, so the board will now begin the decision-making process. Should the proposed schedule of maintenance assessments be changed in any way? No. Should the amended surveyor's report be approved as finally presented?
Yes.
Does any member desire any further evidence in order to make a decision?
No.
Should the hearing be adjourned and reconvened to a date certain?
No.
We will now review of proposed findings of fact.
These are the proposed findings, which are not final until adopted. These are the proposed findings, which are not final until adopted by the board. One, the public hearing is being recorded by digital recorder. Two, no petitions were filed, and the surveyor's maps, drawings, and documents for this drain are into evidence and approved by the board. Maintenance increase initiated by surveyor's office. Three, the drain has been classified and previously placed on the priority list of the long-range plan of the board. Four, there are no damages to any landowner. Five, all of the benefit factors of section 112 of the Indiana County Drainage Board Code have been considered by the board. Six, all landowners sent notice of the proposed assessment have lands within the watershed. Seven, notices by mail and by newspaper have been properly and timely made as required by the Indiana County Drainage Board Code for public hearings. 8, all lands included in the watershed are assessed. 9, no lands outside the watershed are assessed. 10, none of the benefits assessed against any landowner are accessibly applied. 11, no further evidence is required by the board to make a decision. 12, all persons desiring to speak in person or by counsel have been permitted a reasonable opportunity to present their evidence orally or in writing. 13, there are no written objections received, timely or otherwise. 14, no person has subjected to the procedure of the board during the public hearing. 15, the board has jurisdiction in this drain of the Indiana County Drainage Board Code. 16, the drain is in need of periodic maintenance. 17, this drain can be made to perform the function for which it was designed and constructed, and to properly drain all affected land under current conditions by periodically cleaning, spraying, removing obstructions, and making minor repairs. 18, the work proposed by the surveyor to be performed on this drain does not provide for any reconstruction as provided in the Drainage Code 19. The board is unaware of any pollution of the drain. 20, there has been no evidence to vacate the drain or that the drain has been abandoned by the board. 21, all relevant documentation and files of the surveyor and the board regarding the drain are received into evidence by the board. 22, any assessment against the state or county highway should be and is 2 times the basic rate per acre. 23, the schedule of assessments as originally filed is adopted by the board, except as amended. Were there any amendments?
No, just putting in this case.
24, this watershed shall no longer annually contribute funds to number 551 George Shrimpland Maintenance Unit and will be directly assessed in the 551 George Shrimpland watershed. 25, the secretary of the board shall publish the notice of the board's final order as required by the Indiana County Drainage Board Code. 26, the final order form of the board is approved by this drain and is adopted to the extent it can be made consistent with these findings and final order of the board.
Can I get a motion to approve the findings of fact? Second. Further discussion, hearing none. I will ask for a motion to adopt. Or motion to dismiss the amendment surveyor's report and schedule of assessments for the number 547 Franklin Miller.
Motion for approving 47 Frank regulated maintenance unit increase and Frank's.
Second. Motion second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. I move for the board to adopt the amended surveyor's report and schedule of assessments and to declare that the schedule of maintenance assessments as approved and ordered. I now announce that the board has approved these findings and the board is instructing the secretary of the board to publish notice of.
Do you have the final order prepared for this one, since there weren't any letters of objection, so I just need a signature.
So if I may. I reread the report because it was rewritten or amended, but I did not have to answer the question that you normally ask.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
They weren't gonna change.
Okay. Thank you.
If y'all go this.
If I may, make a comment on the FedEx property you guys asked us to look at.
Oh, yeah.
So it is still on our list, definitely. But because it's frozen and everything, we really wanted to wait until
That's fine. Yeah.
the spring and we have a good old rain coming down so we can have a little bit better eyes on the field. Okay. But it's on our list. It made a sticky note, put it on my computer.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sorry. It's 6 o'clock, but now you made it too fast.
Weird though, because it feels like it jumps ahead in 2 minutes, but always stays 2 minutes ahead. Like it doesn't go any further than 2 minutes ahead. Maybe somebody's computer. I don't know if it's one of those ones that are like, I think some people.
There's no doubt about that, they adjust it.
They did. They done it like twice. Oh, sorry.
Which clock are you looking at? You can think.
I usually use the phone. But it's the same as the computers.
Yeah, the phones and the computers are all.
It's going to.
So we're gonna wait till 2025. I mean, we could probably still go through some more of the regular if you want.
You see Angola heading to France and Spain, 2027.
What's that?
This spring, Angola is heading to France and Spain. Students. France and England.
I guess we can go. Yeah, you want to give an update on NIPSCO?
Sure. So I forwarded you an email, correspondence in between our highway engineer, Chip Porter, along with the claims adjuster, I believe it was, or the, yeah, and just going back and forth, I feel Chip did a really good job just as far as throwing some statutes in there and just the definitions of what road damages are and safety issues and that, so, and why, or how the conversation went as far as, they were going to initiate that to do an exploratory, but they just haven't yet. So I believe Commissioner Scheit, you were down there as well that day. So we're just trying to motivate them a little bit now that the weather's cold, but I just really do not want the landowner to have to go through another season like that, like they did. They not only had damage to their equipment, they also lost farming revenue on the land that was flooded too. So at this point, I don't know what else to do. Again, I feel Chip did a really good job. And if any of you guys have any ideas, please do let me know, or if you have some connections you guys can
Sounds like Chip's.
help motivate.
So, yeah, very idea. It's a pretty thorough, feedback, if you will.
Later, 30-day waiting period.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna
Might be the
get
next
involved.
Since you might be the next step.
So, that next step.
In correcting this.
No, I got you.
Do you need approval of the filter strip agreement?
It's the annual focus group agreement. That was last night. He brought it in Friday. If y'all are familiar with the property right behind the highway barn.
Red.
Is that an annual lease that we pay to use this property for drainage?
Want to make sure he has proper filter stripping along the side so it reduces any kind of sediment going into the wetland that we did the restoration and then the ditch. 5 acres at $100 an acre a year.
Motion.
Just at least
Oh, I thought this was for, that's what I do.
We just lease, we just
Really?
give a rental fee agreement.
I know.
Thought I'd throw him for a loop.
I've been seconding it. Yeah.
Motion to approve the 2026 filter strip agreement on the James Parcel project.
That's what I thought we were saying. Second. First and second, and further discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
And I just need you and Jim. Well, you threw in that a little earlier, like, hey, why don't we just buy that?
Say it. Sure that it's for sale yet. No.
He has a sister that also has some sitting in there.
All right, I think we are back. We are back. Let's go back to the recent the drainage board and then let's go to our next. Where is this for the drainage board?
Well, we're done with drainage board now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we'll
Kimberly.
have our reconvene for the number 598 Sam Allen maintenance hearing. Okay, so the Sam Allen regulated drain number 598, file number 2515. The surveyor will now read his amended.
The purpose, number 2, as directed by the Steuben County Drainage Board, the Steuben County Surveyor's Office has prepared a watershed assessment map, assessment roll, and a list of affected landowners. The Surveyor's Office has also notified all the landowners in the number 598 Samuel Allen Drainage Basin involved in these proceedings and is hereby submit a formal maintenance report for your review, approval, and adoption. The number 598 Samuel Allen regulated drain is located in the Turkey Creek Basin, sections 21, 22, 23, 27, and 28, Salem Township, T36N, R12E, Steuben County, Indiana. The number 598 Samuel Allen regulated drain was originally established in 1915 as a part of the Turkey Creek Drainage Basin and discharges into Limekiln Lake. The number 598 Samuel Allen regulated drain is currently comprised of 994.13 benefited acres with 5.07 miles of tile and 1.374 miles of open ditch in an agricultural and residential drainage network. The last time the rate was increased was in 1988. The rate was raised from $3 an acre with a $6 minimum roadway times 2 for 2 years, then lowered back down again to $2 an acre with a $6 minimum roadway times 2. The recommendations for maintenance are, it is noted by the Steuben County Surveyor's Office that the current rate of $2 per acre with a $6 minimum roadway times 2 is no longer sufficient to properly maintain the number 598 Samuel Allen regulated drain with an annual income of $2,068.91. The number 598 Samuel Allen regulated drain is currently $2,565.88 in debt. Therefore, it is recommended by the Steuben County Surveyor's Office that the new rate of the number 598 Samuel Allen maintenance unit be increased to $15 per acre with a $50 minimum roadway times 2. This will collect an annual income of $15,452.88 to maintain the number 598 Samuel Allen regulated drain. The annual income of $15,452.88 for the number 598 Samuel Allen regulated drain will allow the Steuben County Surveyor's Office to replace an estimated 3,000 linear foot of tile every 4 years. Additionally, it is estimated 11 years of income will be needed to perform maintenance on the Samuel Allen regulated drain that is 1.7 miles. This will take approximately 46 years if we would need to replace all of the regulated tiles and keep the open ditch maintained within the number 598 Sammy Allen regulated drain. This estimate does not include emergency repairs.
All right, so we have one, a letter of objection. You read.
This letter of objection was received from Cecil Lynn Tracy and Joan L. Tracy Trust on November 19th, 2025. To the Steuben County Drainage Board, we are writing to object to the new assessment on the 598 Samuel Allen regulated drain in Turkey Creek Basin, Salem Township, Steuben County. Property address is West 500 South Hudson, Indiana 46747. Their tax ID number 761222000001000014. Our ditch tax for 2024-25 was $169.14. Our new annual maintenance cost is $1,268.56. That makes us wonder how it could increase so much, and also how many years is this going to continue? Respectfully submitted, Cecil and Joe Tracy Trust.
Last letter.
Yes.
Like me to read that, okay? Dear Cecil and Joan, your letter of objection to the number 598 Samuel Allen regulated drain maintenance increase was received and filed in the Steuben County Surveyor's Office on November 19, 2025. Your letter of objection will be read into the minutes and ruled on by the Steuben County Drainage Board on December 1st, 2025 at 2:25 p.m. in the Commissioner's Room, Suite 2H, Steuben County Community Center, Angola, Indiana. While the rate for the number 598 Samuel Allen maintenance unit seems excessive, it hasn't been raised since 1988, and the annual income of $2,068.91 is not sufficient to properly maintain the 994.13 benefited acres with 5.07 miles of tile and 1.34 miles of open ditch that are located within the number 598 Samuel Allen drainage basin. Once the number 598 Samuel Allen maintenance unit reaches a 4-year surplus, we are required to stop collecting funds until any future maintenance is needed. The number 598 Samuel Allen maintenance unit is supported by 48 parcels, and the annual income collected for the maintenance is to be used solely to maintain the drains within the Samuel Allen watershed in order to perform future maintenance on the drain so that it can function properly and continue to take stormwater runoff from your property. The maintenance unit needs to have adequate funds. Should you have any further questions or comments, please contact me at 260-668-1000 extension 1800. You can also email me at surveyor@co.steuben.in.us. Respectfully, Jim Slaybaugh, Steuben County Surveyor.
I'll entertain a motion to approve or disapprove the letter.
Letter not objecting to their location within the drainage basin makes them subject to disapproval, so I will move to disapprove the letter of objection.
Second. That's first and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Thanks. We will now begin our decision-making process. Shall the proposed schedule of maintenance assessments be changed in any way? Should the amended surveyor's report be approved as finally presented?
Yes.
Yes. Does any member desire any further evidence in order to make a decision? Should the hearing be adjourned and reconvened to a date certain?
No.
Now we'll review the proposed findings.
The board makes the following findings of fact for maintenance of the drain. These are the proposed findings, which are not final until adopted by the board. The public hearing has been and is being recorded by digital recorder. No petitions were filed, and the surveyor's maps, drawings, and documents for this drain are admitted into evidence and approved by the board. A maintenance increase initiated by surveyor's office. 3, the drain has been classified and previously placed on the priority list of the long-range plan of the board. 4, there are no damages to any landowner. 5, all of the benefit factors of section 112 of the Indiana County Drainage Board Code have been considered by the board. 6, all landowners sent notices of the proposed assessment have lands within the watershed. 7, notices by mail and by newspaper have been properly and timely made as required by the Indiana County Drainage Board Code for public hearings. All lands included in the watershed are assessed. No lands outside the watershed are assessed. Any assessment against a state or county highway should be and is 2 times the base rate per acre. None of the benefits assessed against any landowner are excessive. No further evidence is required for the board to make a decision. All persons desiring to speak in person or by counsel have been permitted a reasonable opportunity to present their evidence orally or in writing. All timely objections, if any, have been heard, discussed, replied to by the surveyor, and ruled on by the board. No person has objected to the procedure of the board during the public hearing. The board has jurisdiction of this drain under the Indiana County Drainage Board Code. The drain is in need of periodic maintenance. The stream can be made to perform the function for which it was designed and constructed, and to properly drain all affected land under current conditions by periodically cleaning, spraying, removing obstructions, and making minor repairs to it. That the work proposed by the surveyor to be performed on this drain does not provide for any reconstruction as provided in the drainage code. The board is unaware of any pollution in the drain. There is no evidence to vacate the drain or that the drain has been abandoned by the board. All relevant documentation in the files of the surveyor and the board regarding this drain are received into evidence by the board. The schedule of assessments as originally filed is adopted by the board. That the secretary of the board shall publish the notice to the board's final order as required by the Indiana County Drainage Board Code. The final order form of the board is approved for this drain and is adopted to the extent that it can be made consistent with these findings in the final order of the board.
Okay, we'll entertain a motion to approve the findings of fact. Motion approved. Second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, I'll now ask for a motion to adopt or a motion to dismiss the amended surveyor's report and the schedule of assessments for the number 598 Samuel Allen maintenance and payments.
To approve the 598 Samuel Allen Regulated Drain Maintenance Unit increase, the surveyor's amended report, and the schedule of assessments as presented.
Second. First and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, I move the board to adopt the amended surveyor's report and schedule of assessments and to declare that the schedule of maintenance assessments as approved in order. I now announce that the board has approved these findings and the board is instructing the secretary of the board to publish notice of the findings in order. This hearing is now adjourned. Right. Back into the drainage board meeting. I guess we have nothing else on there. Does anybody have anything?
I don't believe so. All good, it's all frozen, so.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to, yeah, covered in snow, right? All right. Everybody? All right. You're at recess. You.
What's your? Yeah.